all apologists anyway. I mean, you think about it. My sister had visited with us for several weeks. Many of you got a chance to meet her. I appreciated that. I appreciated the kindness that everyone extended to her. She has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And the terrible thing about that disease is it's not like you can set your home up and say, well, I'm always, I can do this, but I can't do that, and you set your home up to accommodate you. This is the disease that is progressive. It slowly takes away your muscle control and your body functions, and yet she's handling it well. And she is a Christian. Both Kathy and I are convinced of that. The unfortunate nature is that she lives in Southern Virginia. She does not attend a good local church, and she's asking a lot of questions, which as a Christian apologist, you need to be ready to answer. And under this topic of we are all apologists anyway, I was taking her back down Interstate 81, back down to Winchester, Virginia, to meet her husband who was coming up. And I got a lot of questions while we were traveling. And one of the things that came up was, well, she reads the Bible and she says, well, I'm not sure I really believe that God created the heavens and the earth in 7 days. 7 days, I think it's like a long period of time kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm ready for this question. Because I had just gone over the evolution versus creation thing. And I said to her, Lynn, it was 7 literal days. 7 24-hour periods. You can't use the word day for the first time unless you're using it literally. You can't figuratively use the word day when you're using the word day for the first time. Now, I didn't explain that very well, but what I said to her, I said, God has created a 7-day cycle for us. We're supposed to get all of our work done in 6, and we rest on the 7th. Nowhere in the Bible does it says, get all your work done in 6 long periods of time and rest for a long period of time. And she's kind of like, well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it makes you feel good when you can defend what you believe to be true. And again, that's the root and core of apologetics. But you want to do things in a manner that are humble and not angry. You don't want to defend your faith with anger. You want to have humility, you want to have gentleness, and it'll be received better. Number 2, apologetics strengthens believers. Think about it. If you have to articulate your beliefs, you gain confidence. Correct? And if you're in the Word and you're ready and you've got a little bit of a track record of articulating, by talking with people that are kind of a friendly face, you gain confidence in your faith. Number 3, it helps students hang on to their faith. I read a sad thing. It says 1/3 to 2/3 of Christian students who go on to secondary education step away from the church. Primarily because they're at their time of their lives where they have a lot of questions about their faith. They're being challenged from professors and from others of maybe different religions, and maybe their faith is not as deep as it needs to be. And because they can't provide the answers, they get frustrated and they fall away. Or they have questions, and there's no one there to provide answers to them, and they fall away. That's sad to hear. Number 4, apologetics helps with evangelism. Facing what missionaries have faced for a long time, how to communicate the gospel to Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, etc. A seed thrown here, a light shown there, may be all person needs to move one step closer to committing themselves to Christ. Ten misconceptions of the Christian faith. You can go to the next slide, Cody. You know, every one of these, all 10 of these, is a sermon unto itself. So I'm going to provide the 10 misconceptions to you, and I'm going to provide maybe a little bit more detail to it, and I'm going to try very hard not to go off on a tangent and start a separate sermon on one of these 10s. But you could go back, and I may, and do a sermon on any one of these 10.